through. I got to go pick up some parts for the Camaro a little bit early. Going to be late to the track, but that's fine. But, hey, this cold is, I'm kicking its ass. It's not going to win. So, I've been sick a little bit this week. Kind of sucks, but I got something on my phone there. There we go. But we got to get this Rc10 ready to go. We're going to race this one tonight. Got a little bit of damage to fix. I'm going to be able to fix some of it. The body's a little rough. I'm not going to mess with that today. We're not going to have time for the shoe goo to dry. But that rear bearing, this rear bearing, yeah, it held up through the race. Thank God it didn't die, but it's no good. It's obviously no good. So we're going to have that. We got these bearings. Boy, these things were freaking expensive. You can see they had that little bit of a flange to the back of them. Holy crap. It's like $20 for these freaking two bearings. 20 bucks. Whatever. Got to do what you got to do. But we're going to start with that. I got the, I don't know what they call these. Rc10 inline front axles. I got the new axle piece here that we snapped off so I could give my other part back to the nitro truck. We could fix this thing finally. But we're going to do a little something custom I wanted to try out. We got RPM arms here. These are for a Stampede. We're going to build this with some more Traxxas parts. Seems like I've been putting Traxxas parts on this thing quite a bit. Some of the less durable parts. But these are a slightly bit longer, which is fine. I think a longer arm is going to help out. I have, when we redid the ball studs in this, the links are quite long. So we'll have enough room for adjustment to get the alignment back in spec. But by throwing a little bit wider width in the front, it's going to make the initial steering a little bit slower, which would be great because this thing has so much steering, it's disgusting. It just throws the ass end around. So I'm hoping that by putting these on, we'll have the RPM quality. We're not going to have to worry about breaking arms again because, where's those parts at? There it is. I went through the trouble of dyeing these arms to make this truck look good, and, yeah, snapped it clear off. Clear off. One of the other drivers wrecked right in front of me, and I got the back of them, and I got the worst of it, for sure. It snapped the ear right off. Just clear off. So if everybody can hit that like button on the way in, I appreciate that. So let's get started. Let's get a good view of this. Let's get going. All right. Tripod is not going to be cooperative. Let's get this body off. It just works a lot easier without it. So far, the Traxxas part count on this associated is the rear body mounts and a couple little parts here. I'll show you as we go. Woof! She is pretty under there, though. All right. One thing I did notice, one thing we did make a mistake. One mistake that I did make was we put this, number 3. We like Dale. Put a number 3 on the body. And we took 3rd in the race. I should have put a number 1 on there. I kind of screwed that up. All right. This wheel here is going to have to come off. Then I got some of these 4-40 nylon insert lock nuts. That should replace that plastic one in the front. There we go. Whew. All right. Tires look like they're in good shape. Got to get this pin out here, and then we can start working on getting that bearing out. So we're going to need these right here. Nice pair of pliers. Got to push out the pin. There we go. There we go. Just a little pin here that holds the wheel on. We got to get rid of that. Get these little washers out. Of course, I don't think the bearing is going to cooperate. Nope. Okay, we're going to have to pull the top link. Pull the axle. All right. There's our rear bearing. Rear bearing is in good shape. No problem with that. Devin, could you save me a spot today, dude? I got to go run and get some Camaro parts before I get there. Let's see. Fixing this thing to smoke you today, my friend. That's it. All right, here's that bearing. As you can see, it totally smoked that outer shield. Ripped it right off. That way, it just falls in and out. Freaking sucks. Nope. You're pitting outside today. I'm going to pit from the pizza place. That's where I'll be. All right. Let's get these bearings back in. Is that going to fit? That looks right. Yeah, that's good. Pitting outside. Hell no. Been sick the last couple of days. I ain't sure as hell ain't pitting outside. There we go. Put the washers back in, get that slop out of there. You have a 13mm front buggy springs laying around. Purple. Purple? I don't think so. I have orange. Let me take a look real quick. Front buggy 13 mil, so that's going to be my B7. Let's take a look. I got yellow, and I got red, and I got orange on it. Yellow and red, that's it. All right, we got the washers back in. Now the fun part is centering this stupid pin. Here we go. All right. Get that dog bone in there. Slow down, my friend. I never slow down. Go faster. What's going on, JW? Oh. Let's see here. Now, the back section, this is the easy part. That front's going to be fun. I'm sure there's going to be some modification needed. All right. There we go. When I rush, that's when I make mistakes. No, we're good. New bearing is in. That's all that was. Bearing was smoked. Like I said, I don't know how that happened. This is supposed to have like an outer washer on it to retain it from sliding all the way into the, I don't know what you call it, the hub. It's not supposed to go all the way in. Well, it ripped it off. Like it wore it right off. So that wheel had so much play in it, it wasn't even funny. So that's fixed. The front's going to be fun. The front's going to be the fun part. All right. Well, I guess this wheel can go back on. That repair is good. And we're going to do all of this work to the front now. This is where it's going to get interesting. We got to start that by hand. Yeah, I don't like rushing either, but we are in no hurry here. I got till 1 o'clock. I got to go meet a guy about 20 minutes away. Going to go buy some parts for the Camaro today. Everybody hit that like button on the way in. Let's see. There we go. That's perfect. Both sides not moving. Perfect. All right. Now the front. The front is where we're going to get we're going to try a little experimentation. They say this works. I've eyeballed it. It looks like it's going to work. I dig it. But we're going to convert this over to a traxxas Rustler and Stampede 2-wheel drive. These are the wide A-arms. These are going to be slightly wider than the factory arms that come on this, which is good. It's going to be a little bit of a wider track, just a little bit. So that way, hopefully I can get rid of some of the steering, because this thing turns on a dime. I mean, you can't complain about the steering, but in the same token, we We have way too much. We got to tame it down a little bit, make it a little bit easier to drive. And then this axle over here, we got to replace it. So let's get these front tires off. Let's see what we got to do to get this to work. Put that away. All right. This antivirus protection thing expired, and it will not stop. So what's everybody else got going on today? We still got snow. Dual rate. Yes, yeah, I know. You can adjust it with that. I like to adjust it with the truck a little bit. Like this truck is just way too much. It's way too much. Inspect everything on the way out. Got some rubber on there, probably from smashing into Devon. That's probably it. Okay, that's the good side. We ain't got to do anything with that. And the front. This has the nylon nut. That's got to go back to the nitro truck. I was really iffy about... All right, we'll use the hub to get that back out. Really iffy about using a nylon nut to hold these wheels on. And I'll tell you what, it worked fine. I'm shocked. This whole piece here is what we got to replace. All right, easiest way to do that. C-clips. We love C-clips. On the back, I'm just going to remove the whole thing. It's got to go through here. All right, these also. I broke one of these as well. I was able to find one at the track. I don't know how, but I got real lucky. Yeah, how the hell does that go through? Oh, it's just sitting there. And I did find aluminum ones. You can replace these. There's a company that does make these in aluminum, which I probably will end up doing. But if it doesn't break, I'm going to leave it alone. We'll see what happens. I'm sure the RPM arms are going to move the shock to somewhere else if I crash it. Rc10t just dropped new hinge pins that bolt together. All right, that's cool. Let's zoom that up a little. Yeah, I'm using traxxas parts for that. We'll get into that in a little bit. I took out the bottom one, and I'm using the slash screw-in ones that work really well. Let's get these out of here. I need a pick. And it goes flying, but there it is. Wow, why is that so stuck? Okay, come back to that. This should be a 2 mil. We can get this off. That should be a 5.5, I think. All right, we'll get this link unbolted. Devin's in here creeping so he can get all my secrets so he can keep beating me, I guess. There we go. I'll get you today. Bolt together. That's a lot better than what this does. All right, got the arm off. Why is that so tight? Holy shit. Okay, let's try the bottom one, see if we can get it through that way. There we go. Wow, okay. Let's try this again. Why is that pin so tight? Holy shit. Let's take, how did I get it in? Got it in, no problem. Let's try again. Set this on the ground. Feeling better? Yeah, man. I'm good. We'll be all right. All right, let's get a cheap driver. Everything's a hammer, depending on how you turn it. There it goes. Oh, come on. All right, let's get a thinner one. That'll work. This is going to be a hammer job. Wow. That is incredibly tight. Okay, I think I know what the deal is. I think I know what the deal is here. This one has the screw in it. Okay, that should take care of the problem. This one is not like the regular ones. This one has a grub screw on the back. That's what's holding it. It's really not that bad. Okay. There we go. Yeah, to hold the hub in, it's got a little grub screw that'll sit next to that kingpin. That's why it wouldn't come out. Not because it was stuck, because I'm dumb. That's all. Didn't notice it. All right, cool. This stuff can all go back. This can all go back. Did you loosen that set screw in the hub? Yes, after banging it on. Need a bigger hammer. No, thank God I didn't have a bigger hammer. We could have broke stuff. All right, cool. Back to the stand. All right. Always one more screw. Yeah, what are you gonna do? All right. So for the outside parts, I already lost the E-clips for it when we were at the race. I've been using this. It's just one of the nice screw-in little, I don't know what you'd call it, screws with the, whatever you want to call them. That's from a Traxxas. That worked perfectly. Sticks out just a little bit in the back, doesn't get in the way of anything. Makes it a lot easier to service than these stupid E-clips. I hate these things. So I'm probably going to do that on this other side as well. And I'm going to see if the hinge pins from the Traxxas will fit on the inside, which I think they will. If they'll fit on these, they should fit on those, because these should fit on that. Probably going to see if I can find an aluminum bulkhead for this. I think that'd be a good one. Devin, do they make one? You seem to have, you got the down low on the parts. See if they have those. That bearing is garbage. That we need. All right, so what do we got to fix first? Let's fix this. Let's get this fixed up. Put the new axle into this. We could get that back together. And then we got to pull the arms off and see what modifications I'm going to need to do in order to get the RPM arms to fit. Have you heard of this buggy? Is it good? YZ4 SF2 Yokomo 10 scale 4-wheel drive buggy. I have a Yokomo buggy right here. It's the YZ10. I'm not sure of the YZ4 SF2. I'm not really familiar with that, but I like the one that I have here. Got to finish that one up. Okay. There we go. Slides right in. This one, as you can see, does not have that screw. That's why I did not look for it. But yeah, I have a Yokomo buggy right here. It looks pretty cool. I want to say someone makes an aluminum bulkhead with tower built in, but don't remember if it's Rc10 or Rc10t. I don't know. That one Pete has on his is pretty wild. I like that. It's got weights and stuff on it. I don't know where he got that from. All right. So we'll put one of these. We'll still use the pins and the E-clips for these for now until I get tired of it and make myself come up with a solution for these. But slowly but surely, I'm going to turn this thing into a Traxxas Slash. That's the goal here. Come on, pick up. I need to get a small magnet for these. All right. There we go. His is Dragon Punch, I believe. Yeah, his truck is beautiful, man. I love that truck. He's got more carbon fiber than metal on that thing. It's such a beautiful truck. I think once he gets that thing sorted, we're probably going to have problems with that one. All right. Let's get this started. That'd be good. Come on, get in there. All right, back off the stand. We got to get this through. There it goes. Parts falling on the floor. There we go. All right, let's get that other clip on there, and that'd be good. Then you'll do well with it. Yeah. Get this done. This one's not bad. I'm trying to get some of the steering out of it. See if we can do that today. Seems like mine, just the front end has way too much grip, which I mean is usually a good thing, but I don't know. I like it to push a little bit more, but we'll see what happens. All right, there we go. Back to stock. That's what we were looking for. All right, so we got to get, let's see, what's got to come off? These lower shock bolts got to come off. I believe those are that weird size still. I didn't do anything with those. Let's get the shocks off the bottom here. Then I got to figure out where, I have two placements on these arms. I got to figure out, I got them all the way out on this one, which would stiffen the front end up. I'm probably going to do the same with these. But with them being wider, I don't know. I got my graphite done. I'm going to test that today. Are you still ball diff? Yeah, it still has the ball diff in it. That's probably the least problem that I've had, actually. I got the ball diff. I set it up pretty good. I like the way it feels. It's smooth. I don't really have any problems with it. So, I don't know. Maybe down the road it'll show its face, but as of right now, it has not. So, I'm going to leave it be. Got my graphite one. Nice. I got a beautiful GT2, but they ain't gonna let me use it there. Yeah, we'll have to pull out the traxxas box. We'll get some more of these style pins. I like these. We're gonna use these over these E-clips. We're gonna make sure that they work first, though. All right, shocks are off. There we go. Kind of look like a mantis. We're good. All right, let's start getting these E-clips off. We'll get these arms off. I'll give this white arm back to Scott, so that way he's got one. So now he only has one side. Two. I gotta pull the backs off of these. Shit. These are fun. Come on out. All right, there's our pin. Got it. All right, let's check out the difference in these arm links. This is going to be the big difference. I think these are probably, I'm going to guess, that's one side. I don't know, maybe 10 millimeter longer on each side. So, I mean, it's going to be substantially longer. Oh, hard to mount up. Let's see here. It's got to go that way. All right, if you go hole by hole, you can see there's our difference. It's not a whole lot, but that should be enough. That was definitely going to lengthen that front end a little bit. So hopefully with the wider front end, like I said, that'll give us a little bit more push. That's my arm. Maybe I'll take that with me in case somebody else smashes one. I'll give Scott the white one back. So that way he's got a full set again. All right, let's just take the back off. We don't need to take the front off. Go. He's in Richfield. Oh, he went all the way out there today? Should I even bring this today then? There's the question. Should I run the slash instead? Be me, you, maybe, I don't know if Pete's going to be there. How many people are going to be there to run vintage today? Are we going to have enough for a full class? I'm sure you want to test yours out, so that'd be probably good. You could try that, adjust it down a little bit more. I ended up 60K 4-gear in my truck. Yeah, maybe. Bring it. Yeah, I know. I figured you'd want to race it. All right. Then we need a 2.5 for this. Bring it. All right. Like I said, I got to run a Wilkes-Barre first. Yeah, these are what I changed out to. I know these are the pain in the ass ones from the Slash. They like to back out after a while, but it's a hell of a lot easier to service this with these than it is with those. And if it means I got to check the front every now and then just to make sure that they're tight, I'll do that. I'm okay with it. So let's pull out the Slash box. I want to see if I can work something out with these inner pins. Let's see if we can get rid of those. See what we got here. I'm hoping that those inner pins will fit. That would be sweet. If not, I can trim them down. I mean, it is what it is. How long are these? Quite a bit. Let's see. Could get them. See, I don't know if I could use that crossbar then. Let's see. I'd have to put these in through the back, which is possible, but that's a total pain in the nuts. And they're going to be, well, you got to figure the thickness of the arm. Let's see if these arms are going to fit first off. The arms will fit, but that tie bar is going to have to go. There's no way you're going to be able to fit it with this crossbar. Okay. So what do? Do I trim the arms down so I could use the bar? Or do we just say, the hell with the bar? Put them through the arms, which, let's see, how much hangs out of this arm? Well, anyway, no, that'd be a problem anyway. Well, that's bent. Can't use that one. Where did I pull that out of? Okay, we'll have to work around that one. We're not going to use that. If I use this one, that's too short. You put it through there, that'll mount right up, and I won't have to do anything to it. That little crossbar, I don't think it's really necessary. What do you think? Should I just do it? Just throw the Slash ones on that have a lock nut. I don't think I have any of those. I'm trying to think if I do. I got more traxxas parts I know what to do with. I like these. I think this will be easier to use. Just go and put these in nice and simple. I go like this, we throw this right through. I won't have to adjust the arm at all. It'll bolt right up. I don't think it'll be too long. I don't think it will hit the chassis. I should not have to shorten it. Best case scenario is it's right next to the chassis. Then I don't have to worry about it. This sucker's bent. We're not going to use that guy. Throw him away. All right, I'm going to put it in. Let's see what it does. Let's just see how far it goes. If anything, I have to trim the end off. That's not a problem. We can do that. Yeah, we're going to have to trim the end off. Let's see if I can run it all the way in. Yeah, just a little bit, though. All right. So we are going to have to modify these a little bit. That's okay. This ain't bad. Probably going to have to change those ball studs for sure on the bottom to the ones that came with the TLR shock. All right, let's see here. That's cool that he's in Richfield now. I wanted to go. I just got too much shit going on. Like I said, I'm going to be late the way it is. Let alone drive halfway through Pennsylvania. All right, so basically just where it tapers down there. Let's see if we can get a good view of it. Right where it tapers down there has got to come off. So I'm just going to take it. I'm going to lob it off just a little bit above that. See if I have another one of these. No, I do. It's not bent. That's not bent. All right. So we got to modify 2 of these. We're going to lose the crossbar. I don't think that did shit anyway. But it's a stock part. We'll hang on to it. All right, let's put this away. We need the Dremel. Let's get the Dremel out. Get a pair of vice grips. We can hold it with that. We'll just cut a section of this off. That should do it. I think the whole changing of the name to Vintage Stadium Truck Experimental is probably appropriate. Got a vise right there that worked just as well, but let's not. I don't want to use it. There we go. All right, let's modify these pins. Let's get them in. All right. Needs more sauce. Looks good. Just lobbed that a little bit off the top, so that should fit now. I'll do the same with the other one. Try to, you know, measure never and get close. Made short work of that. All right. Sweet. There we go. All right, we don't need them right now. We don't need those right now. That's garbage. All right, let's see if this arm will fit. Go. Everything's a hammer if you turn it the right way. We need the 2.5. There we go. Nice. All right, let's check it out. Got that arm in there. The pin sits nicely inside there. Doesn't seem to go too far back. It's not hitting the chassis. Heck yeah, that'll work. All right, that's part one done. We're definitely going to have to adjust these turnbuckles because they're definitely too short. But luckily, when I measured these for the ball stud swap, these are way too long. I have these already in as far as they possibly can go to get the alignment on it last time. So at least now, I'll be able to pull them out. I have all the room in the world to come out. So let's see here. All this stuff. Okay, where's the other arm at? There's the other arm. Let's install that one. Joey Lowe, what's going on, my man? I'm racing this morning. Won't be able to stay and watch. Have a great day. Well, good luck, Joey. We'll be racing later today. Well, driving. I don't know about racing. We'll see. There we go. Needs a little tap. Throw them in. Like I said, these screws aren't that big of a deal. Just keep an eye on them. If they start to back out, we'll worry about it later. They're easy to get to. Not a problem to get serviced. All right, there we go. RPM arms onto a Team Associated. Meant for a Slash or a Bandit. Rustler. Whatever. Okay. So, what are we going to have to hit next? Let's try to get these shocks sorted out. The shocks, they're not going to fit with the Team Associated extended bottoms. That's definitely not going to work. But I did save all the parts from it. These are from the actual TLR shocks. These are what would have came with it. And it looks to me like they're going to fit. So we got to press those out. Let's fix that with these. And we'll save these parts, like I said. Anything that's original to it, we'll save. I highly doubt we'll ever go back to it, but you never know. There we go. I'm coming out. What? I don't know. Whatever. Oh, shit. Yeah, I got to run to Wilkes-Barre today, pick up some parts for the Camaro. Well, then I'll be in. There we go. Okay. All right, let's see if that's going to fit. Oh, perfect. No problem with that. We're just going to need some screws. We're going to need, we'll find some screws for that. How far do we need to go through? New. I'd say that'll do. All right. I'm going to set them all the way out, I guess. We'll try that first. See if it's too stiff. If it's too stiff, we'll bring them in later. Shit, if I knew he was going to Richfield, I would have gave him some money to get me some brownies, man. Now we might have a problem with the shocks. The shocks are going to be too short. Oh, I don't want to fix those today. Maybe we'll put them on the inside so I get myself a little bit more length out of these arms. And pick the shock up a little bit. Didn't think of that. There we go. If we get this done earlier, maybe I can head out earlier. All right, that looks a little better. I'll have to adjust that for sure. Yeah, that'll be okay. Show you the arms in a sec. Let's get this other side on. Devin, on yours, are you running the arms level or are you running them pitched up a little bit? Pitch. There we go. Level, if I remember. Yeah, that's what I was shooting for, but we're a little inclined now. Don't look terrible. All right, there we go. You can see they're a little inclined. I might have to lengthen these shocks a hair, but for today, we're not going to do that. I'm not worried about that. All right. Let's see if I can get these to even start. This thing's going to have all the negative camber. We're going to have all of it. All right, we're going to need another one of these. This here. You sure as hell don't want that coming back open. All right, let's see if I can get these to start. Wow, these things are way tight on these RPM arms. Let's see if I can get it started. 2.5 mil. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to open them holes up a little bit. Okay, all right. Let's see what we're gonna need for that. Let's see if I have a bit that'll work. That should do it. All right, drill bit, drill time. that helps. Not really. Wow. A little more. I don't want to loosen them up too much, but wow, almost one step bigger. Get this figured out one way or another. I'm gonna start dragging crap to the car and run some errands. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, save me a spot, man. I don't care where it is, just not outside. We will figure this out. There it is. Still tight, but it's workable at least. All right, let's punch this other side out. Let's see if that'll work. Perfect. All right, cool. All right, let's get these caster blocks in there and see how bad this alignment's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful, wonderful. Sure, it's not going to go through that block. No, these already went through the block. There it goes. All right, where'd my hammer go? Okay, what are we going to do? I know what I want to do. We're going to do the old spin it in trick. Is that a 2.5? That's a 2.5. There it goes. Totally missed the arm. There it goes, through the arm. All right, perfect. Doesn't hit nothing. All right, cool. Let's get this other side in. Nice. All right. Then we got to see how bad this alignment is. Right off the bat, I can tell it's bad. There we go. First shot. Love it. Okay, we can put this back in. That's a 2 mil, I believe. Yeah, we changed that out, so that's definitely a 2 mil. Let's get the ball stud back in and we can eyeball how badly this alignment's going to be screwed up. All right, where'd that nut go for this? Let's do a little cleanup real quick. Losing everything. Okay. Sure it'll be a smaller crowd. I hope not, but I kind of hope so. Nice, easy day. Nice. There we go. No idea where that nut went for that, but I have more. That's all stock stuff. That's all broken stuff. That's all broken stuff. Stock stuff. Stuff that's got to go into the bin. Where did that get to? All right, we'll get this in and we'll figure that out. That might still be in that driver. All right, let's go get another new one. See if it's on the ground quick. Nope. All right. Not sure where all these nylock nuts came from, but I got a bunch of them. There we go. 5.5. The ball stud modification of changing everything out to the B7 style ball ends was absolutely a fantastic move. It absolutely eliminated the ball cup issue. I didn't pop a single one. I broke parts first, which means it worked. Means it worked. All right, let's look at this thing. Whoever yells out Camber Gang is going to love this one. Let's get it back. Look at the camber on this. Holy shit. It's got to be about 36,000 degrees. Toe is, let's see here, put the rack straight. The toe is, well, off. It's not horrible. But that camber, whoa boy. Yeah, we got all of it. We're definitely going to have to fix that. But like I said, we have plenty of room for adjustment. So that's good. That's good. All right. I'm just going to eyeball this first before we put the tires on it. Then I'll put the tires on it and we'll look at it again. But obviously, this has to go way out. Way, 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 way out. So let's give it what it wants. I'm try to stand these up. Yeah, those links have got to come out way... Wow, I didn't even think they were that bad. They are real bad. Okay. One side here. Let's take a look at this other arm. We're just going to stand them up first. Then we got to work on those... The toe. The toe is absolutely atrocious. This one side won't even turn all the way out. Before we put the tires on, then we'll throw the gauge on it and see what it does. A little more. I'm sure it's going to be horrible, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, this is all the steering you get. Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. All right, let's give this a little extra. So if we put this level, yeah, that's real bad. I don't like how that's... Just gonna bend the shit out of that. Okay, so what do we do here? It's gonna just keep bending the living shit out of that end here. It's not good for it. We're gonna have to hold it while we turn it for sure. Like I said, they make a metal... I found a metal version for these outer parts. Not looking to spend any more money on this if I don't have to. So we're going to hang out for a little bit and see. I want to see if they're going to be an issue. If they are... then I'll change them out, but not yet. Why is this going to be a pain? Okay, we getting anywhere? We are. We have a long way to go. Okay. What's everybody else got going on? I'm feeling like watching my 13-year-old self working on my... yeah, this thing's old as hell. I'll tell you what, though. It's not... It'll hang with some of the newer stuff, surprisingly. I just do not like how I keep having to bend this outer piece. I don't like that. Okay, so if we center the rack, I'm close. We're not there yet. We're way better than that side. Yeah, we still need more to go. We're getting there. What's up going on, Jay Dooley? Good to see you, my man. If anybody's new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that like button at least, guys. Appreciate that. Help it spread it out a little bit. Every little bit helps. I am been getting killed this winter. I haven't been able to get out. It's friggin' 6 degrees. Okay. Centered out. We might even be too much. Too much is just enough. We're going to leave that alone. I'm going to say right there. We'll be able to look at it better with the wheels on. Losi Junior 2, man. That's a cool car. I got a couple of the minis that they had. Hell yeah. Let's see. We're going to say that side's good for now. We'll put the wheels on it. I'll have to get it obviously closer. But I don't think that's too bad. I'm going to take a drink. We're going to start working on that other side. Like and subscribe. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I'll hit you back if you got stuff up. But, yeah, today we are making this associated better with some traxxas parts. I don't know about the rear arms yet. I'd like to change those out. But we'd have to keep the same length. Because I've already had axle issues with these popping out. I mean, I could easily swap axles. It's just I already bought those MIP axles. I don't want to swap them. I have some B7 axles we could try that are probably a little longer if I got a longer arm, but I don't really want to cross that road yet. I want to see how this was going to work. So let's line that rack up again. Let's work on this side here. Try to get this thing somewhere in the line of appropriate. Yeah, see, it's bending the living hell out of that arm. Rc10, Losi 22 5.0, Rc10t 6.4. Is that what you're rocking, bud? It's a nice little fleet there. Okay. Better, but not great. We're getting turning at least now. Before we weren't getting none. All right. Like I said, today about 1 o'clock, we'll be butting out of here. I want to run up and grab some parts for my Camaro for the spring builder. Building a 89 IROC. I'm going to build a street hustler out of it. Have some fun. No street outlaw style stuff here. Maybe 500 horse, maybe, tops. We're going to have some fun. Okay. See, that's way too much on this side. All right, we're going to take this one out a little bit more. Not much, just a little bit more, and we're going to work on that other side again. It's a lot easier to work on this with the wheels off. So I'm going to say that right there. And then this one's got to come in. So this side's going to go down. Let's eyeball it again. Rack straight. Close, real close. I'm happy I got these longer when I did. Okay. Real close, a little bit more. Right about there. I'd say that's damn close. All right, cool. All right, cool, cool. Love the Camaro. Not a lot of horsepower, plenty of torque. Yeah, this is not a, it's not a 305 or a tune port 350. This is a high compression 350 with a Holley 750 on it, so it should be good. All right, well, we got pretty much all of our steering. Enough steering, that's for sure. All right, let's throw the wheels back on. We can eyeball this thing. We'll see what's up. We try out those new screws as well. Got them from Dubro. Seemed a lot easier to find them from them. I don't know. They're cheap too. Some of the parts on this thing, it kind of sucks. I'm gonna put it out there. It kind of sucks because if you go on Team Associated, you go in their book, it doesn't give any part numbers for theirs. Like the front axles I got right here. It just says inline front axle. It doesn't tell you a part number. And then I looked them up. I was able to find them, but it, you know, a part number right in the manual is ideal. Quarter. All right, wasn't that quarter? I think that's the wrong one. That's that nut I was looking for the bottom. All right, we can put that back. There's one right there. Yeah, I don't know how I broke that axle. Like, it was on there perfectly fine. I go to pull the nut off. Not put it on. I go to pull it off, and it just whoop, snapped. Okay. There we go. Then I wish this had a traditional hex on it. I know I could convert them, but I've already got these badass wheels. So I really don't want to have to mess with that. But I wish it had a hex, so that way I could put it on my alignment stand, and I could get everything perfect, but you can't do it. All right, what do we got to do? Slow down, slow down. Okay, we need a 40-40 nylock nut. It's catalog number 170 if you're looking for Dubro. They're a lot cheaper than the Team Associated ones, and double check that they fit. Oh, that's beautiful. That'll work just fine. All right, double check your bearings are both inside. Perfect. Okay, let's see. I was referring to stock 350. Yeah, I agree, Dooley. Yeah, they were not the fastest thing in the world, that's for sure. But they were the best handling. That's why I'm going to do a different build with this one. The guy started to build kind of like a bracket car out of it, but it's super confused. Like, the poor car's got an engine that's so angry. It's like 12.7 to 1. It's an angry car, but it's got a turbo 350. I don't believe there's anything done to it. It's probably stock. But it's also got the stock 9-bolt from the IROC. And, dude, it's I don't think that's going to hang on for long. All right. So let's check out our alignment here. How bad is it? It's pretty bad. The suspension's a little, it could be picked up a little bit. I could add more spring to it. That'll be okay. It's kind of riding crooked a little bit. All right, yeah, this alignment is dookie. Dookie. It's we're gonna call it dookie. You can see this thing, it widened that front end up quite a bit. Definitely did. It doesn't look goofy. The back is still pretty wide, but I would say, yeah, that's quite a bit over the front. So let's see what we got to do alignment-wise. Well, we got way too much camber, that's for sure. Way too much camber. We can stiffen it up later. I don't think I have too much extra in the height department. The shocks are where they're supposed to be. They're all the way down, so there's no droop. But let's see, we're going to have to definitely take some camber out of this. And the steering rack is straight now. There's still quite a bit of toe in it. We got to bring the toe out more. All right, let's get some tools out here so we can measure these up. All right, as far as toe, I have a toe gauge. Anybody have a better toe gauge than this one? I don't even know where it is. I got to find it. This thing. This thing's whack. RPM makes it. And I mean, it kind of works, but it's not great. I'll give it that. It's not great. I don't really like it. I like the setup station. I have that setup station for my buggy. That's sweet. But, all right. I think the first thing we're going to do is get that toe straight. We got to get that toe straight. Okay, I'm going to hold this end. We're going to get this toe better. Nope, still too much. Rack is straight. That looks better. Okay. Let's work on this one. Rack is straight, way out. Close. Okay. All right. Looks a little bit better. It's going to adjust more as we do the camber for sure. So let's get this camber gauge set up. How much does it even have to begin with? Let's see here. About 7 degrees, so at least 5 degrees too many. I'm going to set it at 2. So let's set this here. That's how much more we got to get out of it. Almost. I do not like how much arm length is on there. does that look like that? Rack straight. All right, we're gonna put a little bit more in that one. All right, that's about 2 on that side. Gotta come in quite a bit. These little squares are a pain in the ass that are cut into this traxxas mat, because I can't set the thing on that. Let's see, there we go. There we go. Center of the rack. This has toe out still. That does too. Just a little bit though, we're getting there. That looks good. That just needs a little bit more. And I'd say we're there. Rack is straight. That looks good. That looks good. All right, we should double check the camber. Make sure nothing moved. I got 2 degrees on this side. About the same on that side. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. I'm going to take that. So let's see what we got here. Pretty cool little setup. Might have to lengthen these shocks. I'm not going to do that today because I'd have to take a little bit of the inserts out and figure it all out. That's boring. We've already done that once. But there we go. RPM banded extended arms, which, I mean, you can find old school RPM arms for this, but man, are they expensive. You're talking 60, 70 bucks, where you can get these for 10 bucks. I actually got them for free with my points from A-Main, which is pretty sweet. I got all the steering, no problem. It's slightly wider. I don't think my micrometer will go far enough to measure this, but we definitely extended the wheelbase a little bit in the front, which would be good. We're going to roll over less. It's going to give us less initial bite. Everything works just as stock. We replaced some of the hardware, these center hinge pins right here, plus these outers, with traxxas parts, and that seemed to work just fine. It's going to be a lot easier than using those stupid E-clips. Had no issues with our turnbuckles whatsoever. Like I said, we're going to have to probably maybe adjust the ride height a little bit. It looks good. It looks good. The way it's sitting right now. I really like that. Seems like everything is running. Bumper's off a little bit. Makes everything look funny. But yeah, it feels good. I can add more spring rate to it if I need to lift it up in the front if it's too soft. What else we got? That's pretty much it. This is it. This looks really good. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. RPM arms on the front. We can adjust the springs later. We'll see what it does first. I got, right now, the steering rack is straight. Doesn't appear to have any real weird alignment. I mean, it's pitched in a little bit, maybe. But I think once it's down, it's not. I think it looks good. I think it'll look good. Nothing's bent. Nothing's out of whack. Everything's tight. I think it's ready to race. All right. Well, that's it. Holy crap. $50 friggin' piece of shit tripod. All right, so there we go. RPM. Oh, what? We almost screwed up here. We almost screwed up. I left the RPM stickers in this bag. I almost lost my RPM stickers. Do we have an RPM sticker on this anywhere? I don't think we do. Let's see. I got a DRP associated. J Concepts. We don't have one on this side. Oh, these you got to cut out. Oh, I don't want to cut these out. Look at this guy. Look at this big RPM one I got. Oh, yeah. Got that with that True Track kit. All right, that's got to go in the kit. I can put these in the kit. Somebody might need them. I can put that arm in there. Somebody might need it. All right, let's cut out one of these RPMs here. Put an RPM one on her. There we go. RPM, we'll put an RPM sticker on it. Why not? There we go. But okay. All right. That worked out really well. I'm pretty stoked about that. Start cleaning up here. I got to glue these tires later. What's this? Quarter. 2.5. One thing left. All right. Need that. Need that. That's got to go in the box. That's got to go in the box. This has to go in the trash. Along with that. We'll get cleaned up and we're going to rock and roll. A little ahead of schedule. This is great. Maybe go get those parts early. All right. That's it for me. Gonna call it a short week. Been sick, not feeling it yesterday. I thank everybody for coming back today. That was really awesome. We're gonna clean up here. I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm gonna head out to Wilkes-Barre, get my Camaro parts, and then I'm gonna go racing. I got the camera with me. We'll shoot this. Maybe I'll get some pictures of some of the other stadium trucks. I was thinking about that. Everybody's seen the race, but they never really seen the trucks. So I might go around today. Maybe I'll get a shot of Devin's truck. Everybody's seen my truck. I'm going to get a shot of Pete's truck. Pete's truck is beautiful. Scott's not going to be there. And then I'm going to show you a picture. Hopefully the Roach will be there. That'll be Chris's truck. It's an original Rc10t. Most of it. We'll say most of it's original because, like I said, I've been making jokes about calling this class the vintage experimental because ain't nobody using the stock stuff anymore. We're just not. Everybody has been modifying and customizing, and they're mutts. They're mutants from all other trucks. And like I said, I got traxxas parts on this. This has what other parts? We got TLR shocks on it. It's got traxxas arms, traxxas hardware. It's got B7 turnbuckles on the front. There is so much just stuff. Hey, Carl, what's going on, my man? Hey, I've been checking out those videos of those mufflers you're sending me, but I'm under snow, man. I'm not doing anything with that car right now. I'm collecting parts right now, trying to figure out what I want to do with headers. It's got a set of headers on it, but they're not great. Okay. Let me explain. They're new, but they're not great. There's some they're not. I don't know if they're from eBay. They got a name on them. They're not ashamed of them, but they're not great. That exhaust on that third gen Camaro is going to be absolutely terrible to do to make it look good. Let's put it that way. If I wanted a set of pipes just hanging underneath the car where you can see them from 30 feet away, easy. If I want to get a set of pipes underneath there that looks right, I don't have any options. I have a couple that go around the transmission and out as one. I have ones that merge underneath by the oil pan and come back. There's a couple of different ways I could do it. I just want it to sound good. I paid for the chop. I want the chop. I don't want to have a muffler stealing the chop. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But I'm second guessing on using those headers. Hey, Bob, what's going on, my guy? I'm second guessing on using those headers because if I'm going to go through the trouble of fabricating either a dual exhaust or a Y pipe, I don't want to use a cheap header, go through all the trouble, then the cheap header keeps cracking, or the cheap header keeps warping. I'm not gonna put all that work behind the header for the header to take a shit and me have to redo it again. So I've been looking at a set of Doug's headers. They make also a nice Hawks Performance makes a nice setup for the what are they? I don't think they're Headmans. I forget what they are. They might be hookers. Hookers or Headmans. One of the H's. But they make a shorty header, and then they have a pipe that connects right to the shorty header and gives you right out to where you need to be. But I also am moving the torque arm over to the driver's side off the transmission onto the cross member. So I made a huge area on the passenger side right by where the transmission would be. So I have room to get a pipe through there, no problem. So I don't know. I'm not going to be able to get 2 3-inch pipes, but I can get 1. I found a couple of wide pipes that might work. I don't know yet. I got to get underneath there and see what's up. Try to figure it out. That's going to be the hardest part, is getting an exhaust on there that's not garbage. But those mufflers you got, they do look good. I'm definitely going to look that way. I'll give you a shot. We'll see what it does. But I need like I'm looking like a box style muffler, something square. Something I can tuck up close to the floorboards. Because right now it's got so much wheel gap, I don't know what to do with it. It's huge. Like, I mean, you got, you know, the wheel gap. It looks like it has a lift kit on it, like a donk. It's crazy. But I'm gonna get the weight jacks for it, so I can adjust the spring height, and we're gonna put her down pretty good. 2 fingers, no more than that. Wheel gap is the enemy, my friends. All right, let's put this away. I gotta get the 10T box out. We'll put all the extras away. I wonder how much wider the B7 axles are if I could get a wider rear arm on that. I'd have to change out the rear turnbuckles, though, for sure, which I don't mind that. I probably have some. We'll find out. Oh. When you're ready, my man. Ours tuck really good. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not in a big hurry because it's snowed out there. It's cold. I'm not even going to try starting that thing because I know it's not going to. All right, we got an extra bearing. We got extra wheel nuts. All right. We'll keep them in the bag. We're going to lose the cardboard. It takes up too much room. All right, I got an extra axle. I'll throw those in the same. This shit. Oh, lovely. The C-clips. I gotta get a magnet. I absolutely need a magnet. These dikes are magnetized. I don't need the Eclipse, but you never know. Somebody might. All right. Arms, throw those in there. I'll get those back to him. Ugh. I like these dividers. I get these from Harbor Freight. They're not bad for taking with you. They fit in my hauler beautifully. But my God, they really don't want you to close them. All right. Do a double check. So, yeah, definitely widen the front end up a little bit, so we should definitely tip over a lot less. And I hope it takes some of the steering out of it. We'll see. I got to tape up the tires. Everything looks fairly close. I can make my adjustments if I have to at the track. See what it does. I think it feels good, looks good. Now I got to do a little bit of body repair. Like I said, I'm not going to have time today to do that. And, whoa. Got a little bit more than I thought. That back end's coming off. Yeah, we're going to have to get that fixed sooner than later. We're going to be painting another body in sub-zero weather. But it is what it is. Biggest issue with this is the back. If you land with the front up, it grabs the back of that tailgate. This body's real thin. But on the bonus part, J Concepts sells some bad looking bodies for this. So, I mean, if I ruin it, kind of sucks. I put a little bit of time into this paint job. I think it looks pretty cool. But, you know, the ass end flies off. We'll just have to get a cool J Concepts body and paint another. 67 to 69 are the worst years to hang low. Yeah. I'll get pictures of your Gen Camaro and show you how we run them. Yeah, I have a pretty good idea. Like I said, Hawks Automotive sells like a Y pipe, but it says it's made for the Hooker Super Comp long tubes, which are no longer available. I can't find them anywhere. Nobody has them. Nobody has them. The only long tubes that I was able to find are Doug's, but I believe Doug's and Petronix are the same. I believe Petronix is owned by the same company as Hooker. They're all owned by Holley. So I think it's probably the same. I mean, you're only going to come out one way. I mean, there's really, if you're building a header, where you want to come out? Center, back. Maybe the length is different. I could add to that pipe. I could take from that pipe. But as long as the left to right is the same, it should work. It should work. But I also am kind of on the fence about what engine I want to use in that. I also have access to a little bit of, you know, cabbage. I carbureted 5.3. I don't know what transmission's hanging off the back of it, though. I got to take a look at that. Because if it's a turbo 350, because it's got no electronics to it. So that gets rid of all your 4L transmissions. So it's definitely not one of those. If that's a standard valve body shift pattern 350, I could take my 350 turbo 350 engine, turbo 350 transmission off of my engine, put it to the back of that 5.3 with all the parts that it already has, because there's a different flywheel and shit. I could do that. Put a 5.3 with the carb in it, and it's got a cam in it already. It's definitely strong. It's a good engine. It'll be a lot easier to daily and bang around the streets on without having to run, you know, 110 octane all day than my 350. And then I can take my 350 and figure out what I want to do with it. It's got forget the name of the intake manifold. It's got a real nice intake manifold. It's not a what do you call it? It doesn't split. It's all wide open. 4-barrel manifold, but it's not low. It's not like a real low rise, but it's also not it's not a tunnel ram either. It's like in the middle. So it's a high RPM thing. It's got a Holley Brawler 750 on it. It's got some nice valve covers, valve air cleaner, chrome shit I don't like. It's got a MSD black distributor, HEI distributor. It's locked out. It's got some nice parts on it. So, I mean, I could probably make a couple bucks back. But, all right, I'm going to get a hold of this guy. I'm going to try to get out of here early. I'm going to go buy me some parts for this Camaro today. But yeah, I was thinking the 5.3. The 5.3 is not as pretty, though. It's just not. The 350 in there looks good. We'll see. If I can find a way to live with it where I'm not having to put 110 in it, I'm going to definitely keep it. On the scale of 1 to 10 on chop, it's a solid 8. I mean, it's so lumpy. But, all right, let me put this away before I lose it. All the parts to put back on that one. All right. Uh-oh. Hey, we got a problem here I didn't see. Oh, okay. There's a problem we didn't foresee. Gonna have to trim this body. Those arms hit the body. That's some bullshit. So how do I fix that and make it look half decent? Or do we even bother trying to make it look half decent? Just run it. Oh, we're gonna have to cut it. Look at this. Those arms come out a little further towards the front and bam, goes right into the arm. So that arm is gonna hit pretty much everything up to that body line. Oh, lovely. Well, here's what it is. Where them scissors at? I'm going to trim this up. It doesn't look horrible. This one's already cracked there. Yeah, good enough. There we go. Precision. Precision. All right. All right, I'm going to close up shop for today. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Like I said, I had to reschedule from yesterday because I was just feeling like shit. But today, we're better today. We're going racing today. We're getting car parts today. It's a win all the way around. So, all right, I'll catch everybody next week. Maybe I'll put a video out. We'll get a good video from the track. I'll get a good look at everybody's truck. Everybody, please check it out. And I'll catch you all next week. Please hit that like button on the way out.